It's time for a new series on this channel, busting the greatest RuneScape myths, or RuneScape Mythbusters. If a master farmer is facing you, do you have a higher chance of getting caught? Is the Southern Lumbridge Staircase Castle actually the faster staircase to get to the bank? Is spam clicking the doors in the Stronghold of Security really faster than answering the security questions? These questions are now finally going to have a definitive answer. So, join me for episode 1 of Mythbusting RuneScape. Just like my unusual money-making series, all of you can be involved in this as well. If you want me to test out a theory or myth to see if it's true or not, leave it as a comment under this video, and if I like it, I'll include it in the next myth-busting episode. We're going to be lenient with some of these myths and theories. Not everyone's suggestion needs to be a true legendary RuneScape myth, just things that maybe you are curious of and want to know more about and want to see me explore further in a video. If you enjoy this and want to see more of this kind of content, then make sure to leave a like on the video and we'll make another RuneScape myth-busting episode. Okay, myth number 1. The Southern Lumbridge Staircase Castle gets you to the 3rd floor bank faster than the Northern Staircase. I tested this a couple of ways. The first thing I did was stand on 2 specific tiles in front of the castle, a northern tile and a southern tile. I then timed my run from those tiles to the bank. I did each run 5 times. Standing on the northern tile and using the northern staircase to the bank had an average time of 13.08 seconds. Standing on the northern tile and using the southern staircase had an average time of 12.08 seconds. Standing on the southern tile and using the northern staircase had an average time of 13.08 seconds again, and standing on the southern tile using the southern staircase had an average time of 12.11 seconds. These numbers vary because when you are going up multiple staircases, it's hard to do it tick perfectly every time, so there is a bit of a difference in times, but it's very clear off these numbers that the southern staircase is in fact faster. But why? Well, thanks to a cool little RuneLite plugin called Tileman Mode, we can track exactly how many tiles it takes to go from one spot to another. From our starting spot in front of Lumbridge Castle, it takes exactly 27 tiles to get to the 3rd floor, using both the northern and southern staircases. But once at the top floor, it takes 15 tiles to get to the bank using the northern staircase, and 14 tiles to get to the bank using the southern staircase. Why is this? Well, thanks to superior architecture, the southern staircase faces north, towards the bank. The northern staircase faces east, away from the bank. So when you appear on the 3rd floor, you spawn 1 tile further away from the bank using the northern staircase. I don't know why the staircases face different directions, but they do. And because of this, we can in fact confirm that the southern staircase is 100% faster than the northern one. To help remind you of this in case you ever forget, make sure to get the Sea Engineer plugin in RuneLite and he'll make sure to remind you anytime you head in the wrong direction.
Please do not use the northern staircase, use the southern one instead.
Jesus, man, what the hell? You scared the f*** out of me.
Yeah, you should be scared. The Grand Exchange is no longer available on US worlds.
What? Why? How can I use it now?
Just change your server.
Oh, yeah, kind of like how you can change your server on ExpressVPN to access more content online.
Exactly, just like ExpressVPN. Ad segment.
ExpressVPN is a tool that has many functions. There's a lot of things you can use it for, helping keep your data safe and secure online by protecting it from hackers and scammers, as well as unlocking content that you may not have had access to before. Check this out. Let's say you're on Netflix and want to watch some South Park. In my case, I can't because it's not available in the US. But if I switch my server on ExpressVPN to the UK, which does have South Park, I'm able to access and watch it with no issues. Switching servers also allows you to get certain things cheaper, like games and certain streaming services. I use it whenever I'm on public Wi-Fi or traveling like on an Eagle just to have that safe peace of mind feeling. If you want to find out how to get a free 3 months of ExpressVPN, head to expressvpn.com/soup or click the link in the description to find out more. Something I discovered while teleporting into Lumbridge for this method was kind of interesting. Did you guys know that using runes to teleport into Lumbridge gives a wider area to teleport into than using a Lumbridge teleport tablet? It's true. I teleported 150 times into Lumbridge using the tablet and only spawned onto 8 different tiles. Here's the number of times I spawned on each one. Using the spell, however, on the normal spellbook spawned me onto 16 different tiles, 2 times as many. Here's how many times I spawned on those tiles. Using the spell, we're able to teleport to these tiles, the ones that you're not able to using the tablet. Why am I telling you this information? I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's totally useless, but I just found it very interesting. I tell you what though, the OSRS wiki has the destination that you can teleport into the same for both the spell and the tablet. It looks like this when it should look like this. Fake news on the wiki. Somebody tell those boys to update that info ASAP. Up next, if a master farmer is facing towards you, do you have a higher chance of getting caught? Now, I always thought that facing towards an NPC when you're pickpocketing them made no difference, so I was excited to test this one out. I used an account with 80 thieving. With that level, there's an 82.42% chance that my pickpocket will be successful. To test this, I decided to do 500 pickpockets behind the farmer and 500 pickpockets facing the farmer. I also had a friend do 500 as well, so we'd have a total sample size of 1,000 pickpockets. Now, the master farmer can not only be pickpocketed from in front and behind, but also from the sides. But for this, I decided to not include any pickpockets that happen from the side. It purely had to be behind him and in front of him. Because on this channel, we are consistent and accurate. Never make any mistakes. One thing I noticed was that this dude walks around a ton. It took so long waiting for him to get into a position where I'd be able to pickpocket him, especially when I was testing it while facing him. Usually when you pickpocket, you're following the master farmer, so you naturally end up behind him. Pickpocketing while facing him took almost twice as long. Here's what happened. Pickpocketing 500 times from behind got me caught a total of 87 times. Pickpocketing while facing him got me caught a total of 121 times. This isn't a small difference of 5 or 10, this is 34. My friend had almost the exact same results. He got caught 83 times from behind and 118 times from the front. So pickpocketing him from behind had a success rate of 83%, while pickpocketing while facing him had a success rate of 76.1%, a 6.9% difference. Nice. 1,000 isn't the biggest sample size, but the difference is still significant enough for me to say that yes, if you face the master farmer while pickpocketing, you do have a higher chance of getting caught. Is that too ballsy for me to say? I don't know. Wow, I feels dangerous saying that. I wouldn't worry too much though. Like I said earlier, the majority of your pickpockets will always be from behind since you're always following him, so you should be fine. Next up, a suggestion from Mike Hawk. He asks, does spam clicking the traps in the Isafdar forest make you cross them every time? Good question. Traps in that forest are incredibly frustrating, especially early on a new account when your agility level isn't great and you're doing quests like Regicide and Roving Elves. But can spam clicking the traps help you? Well, we've got 3 traps to test: the leaf trap, the tripwire trap, and the stick trap. The leaf trap started well, but I did end up failing even when spam clicking. Something kind of neat though is that if you spam click while hopping over continuously, your character won't do the jump animation and kind of just slides across, and it looks pretty funny. The tripwire is also the same. It also started off well, but I eventually did fail. I think we can all agree that this is the worst trap by far. The stick trap results are crazy. I tested this trap 200 times. 100 of those was using a single click to get across, the other 100 using spam clicks. When it comes to clicking a single time, I successfully passed the trap 52 out of 100 times. Spam clicking the trap, get this, got me across 100% of the time. 100 out of 100. Yeah, spam clicking the trap had a 100% success rate. The only time I took damage was when I messed the clicks up to get across. If I successfully spam click in the exact same spot while going across, I never failed and never took damage. Pretty cool. I had no idea that simply spam clicking on this thing is all you need to get across every time. So the next time you guys are doing a clue scroll in this area, you know exactly what to do. Myth is kind of confirmed, at least for one of the traps. Ben asks, is spam clicking doors in the Stronghold of Security really faster than just quickly answering the security questions they ask? Another spam clicking myth. I'm noticing a pattern here. The real Fakey follows up with, this only works if you smash space and 1 at the same time you click. Works 50% of the time, 100% of the time. So it looks like we have 3 things to try. The first is to do the first 3 floors, so up to the point where you get 10k, and answer all the security questions. The questions themselves are incredibly easy. I feel like you can just skip the question itself, look at the answers, and still get it right. So answering the questions shouldn't take too long, but you still have to pause for a while skimming the answers, so that time could add up. This run took me 4 minutes and 20 seconds to get to the chest. Next up, spam clicking the doors without spamming spacebar and 1. I started this run and quickly ran into a massive roadblock. I wasn't able to spam click through the door. I spent minutes at the same door without being able to get through. Same with the second and third doors. I had no idea why I wasn't able to until I realized that I didn't have Authenticator enabled on the account. I enabled it and boom, I was now able to spam click again. The next time you guys do Stronghold and want to spam click your way through, make sure you enable Authenticator before you head here. With this issue now solved, I was able to spam click my way through and finish the run in 4 minutes and 9 seconds, 11 seconds faster than before. The final run was to spam click as well as spam spacebar and 1 on my keyboard, the ultimate sweaty efficient nerd way to get through the stronghold. But it was worth it. At some points in the run, a question didn't even show up on my screen. I just forced my way through. Because of this, my time to get to the third chest was 3 minutes and 50 seconds. 30 seconds faster than answering questions and 19 seconds faster than just regular spam clicking. I'd say this works. The time may vary by 5 to 10 seconds depending on how lucky you get, but I think we can confirm that spam clicking your mouse button, spacebar, and the 1 key do in fact get you through the stronghold faster. Okay, back to a fastest route question. Lumbridge to Varrock, a route every single new account takes at some point in their RuneScape journey. But what is the fastest route? The most common is to run across the main bridge, head north around the fence, and run straight to Varrock. But you don't want to do this. First of all, the big bridge, ignore it. Use the smaller northern bridge instead. Taking the big bridge and getting to this point takes 23 seconds, whereas the northern bridge takes 22 seconds. Seconds matter, guys. They add up. Also, taking the route to the left or right of the pub doesn't matter. They both end up being the exact same time. From here, we keep running north until we hit the chicken coop. Instead of running north, we're going to take a detour past this gap in the wall and then north. From here, it's a straight shot north to the center of Varrock, and it's impossible for the dark mages to attack you. So if you're on a new account, there's no need to panic. This route gets you to the center of Varrock in 1 minute and 12 seconds. The longer route around the fence takes 1 minute and 24 seconds, 12 seconds slower. There you have it. The fastest route to Varrock on a new account is one that some of you may have never taken before. Matt W. Concerts wants me to show that the Ring of Third Age and the Ring of Coins have a different appearance than all of the other Third Age items and a normal cash stack. He's right, they do. If we compare a normal cash stack to the Ring of Coins, you can see that the Ring of Coins doesn't have the same brightness or shading as a normal cash stack does. Third Age items are the same. A Ring of Third Age makes all the items way brighter, as you can see here with the Third Age Kite Shield and the Third Age Plate Body. Kind of cool. So if you ever see a Third Age item on the ground or a cash stack and it looks a lot brighter than usual, you know it's fake. Or you can just right click on the item and see it's another person. Random Shots 13 is a myth that flicking your run energy on and off on a long journey saves run energy and is just as fast. So what does he mean by flicking? Well, if you notice in game, when you flick your run button, your character will run for a few tiles, but your run energy either won't go down at all or go down less slowly. Walking across the Wizard's Tower Bridge takes 24 seconds. Running across the bridge takes 12 seconds, and our run energy drained by 12. If you flick your run energy kind of like how you prayer flick, it takes 16 seconds, and our run energy drained by 6. So it only took 4 seconds less and we saved 50% run energy. Let's test this out on a longer run. First off, I'm going to run as far as I can while flicking and see the exact spot that I end up at. This run took me through Draenor, past the Fally Farm, through Falador, east through the Barbarian Village, through Central Varrock until I ended up just outside of Eastern Varrock on this tile. Flicking my run energy while taking this route took 4 minutes and 23 seconds. Next up, doing the exact same route, but not flicking, just letting my run energy drain. Like I said, the route was exactly the same. Whenever my run got to 0, I would just let it regenerate back to 1, and then use that 1 run energy to run a bit and repeat. This run got me to the exact same tile in Eastern Varrock in 4 minutes and 6 seconds, so 17 seconds faster than flicking. Flicking run energy can be a bit strange. I feel like sometimes I was running more than I was walking, and sometimes walking more than running, but at the end of the day, it looks like just running normally is way more worth it and just way less stressful. Okay, that's going to finish off this first episode of RuneScape Mythbusters. I can definitely do more of these in a video. I just want to gauge interest first from you guys with how interested you are in making this a permanent series on this channel. So, as usual, if you guys like this video, the concept of this series, then please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new, and make sure to join my Discord and send me some RuneScape myths you want me to test out. And as usual, thanks for watching. If you want to see a video where I test out the most expensive ways to train skills and an unusual money-making video, then make sure to click on them on your screen right now.